everyone. This is quite an interesting, story out there. I hope, do you remember Fisayo Soyombo, the investigative journalist? I mean, he has done a lot of investigative pieces on different aspects in Nigeria. Expose that ordinarily in a country would lead to so much better. Of course, trust Nigerian government and also the Nigerian people. When you talk about whistleblowing, Fisayo Soyombo is the number one person who has unearthed a lot of corruption happening in so many institutions in Nigeria. The latest one that he has been on, I think since early this year, if I'm not mistaken, yeah, since February, he started talking about customs and the whole corruption going on in custom and how smugglers are working with custom officers to be able to smuggle in things, how days are given. He had a whole, how do I put it, low down on everything that they're doing with receipts, with names, everything out there. But guess what? The Nigerian government hasn't done anything about it. And instead, the last time I think we heard, billions were even given to custom to go and purchase more vehicles. We are losing so much resources by the smuggling that is going on. And many people are enriching themselves at the detriment of the country, and then nothing is being done about it. But today, Fisayo Soyombo came out to talk about something which is it's so typical in Nigeria. When you're doing something, the next thing is they now begin to want to bribe you. I always find that you see every day. Do they just assume that everybody can be bought, everybody is ready for money? But there's a twist here, and you hear it as I read on. So Fisayo Soyombo on his Twitter handle, now known as X, at Fisayo Soyombo wrote, since February, when I started writing about smuggling by customs and by smugglers, there have been 3 attempts to bribe me, he said. First was in March, and from the camp of the smuggler, the offer was any amount you want. The go-between was a broadcast journalist. I instantly turned it down. And this is to say they always use someone who maybe someone knows you one way or the other. That's the first thing that they try to do. They bring in that this thing close to you. Always watch out. If you're in a position where you can be compromised, you're doing something, watch out for those people that they use in a way to come at you. And if possible, terminate that kind of relationship and move on. Those people are evil. That's just the way that I consider it. So the first one was in March. He turned it down. The second, he said, was in April, and from someone with links to custom. The offer was any amount of money to end your campaign against the custom. Again, I rejected it without hesitating. Thanks, but no thanks. And finally, last month, he said, when those who sued us, I think he was sued by, if I'm not mistaken, is it the police and custom? I can't remember. They don't know. They ended up being the ones suing and stuff like that. And when those who sued us wanted to withdraw their lawsuit, and we said no. This time the offer was specific, 50 million naira. 0% chance I was ever going to take it, he said. Here is why I'm making this public. So all this while, of course, when this happened, he never said anything. He didn't come out to talk about it, because there are a lot of things that when you're doing this, you really don't talk about them. You just go on with your life. But he said, here is why I'm making this public. After I resumed my social media post on smuggling. So let me also give a background and why I'm sure he decided to make this public. Otherwise, they will say, can't you see? So as Fisayo Soyombo was very emphatic on the issue. Every day he was talking about custom, putting out all the first expose he had out there. When his piece came out, they denied it, whatever. He came with evidence, with video evidence, with whatever. And for how many, was it a month or something like that? Every day he spoke about custom. Every day he spoke about that, because he was consistent on it. Then one time he now came out and he said that, he was going on a break. There was a course he was doing, and that was going to take. No, he was rounding up a particular fellowship that he had been doing. So he hadn't given it attention, so he needed to focus on stuff like that. So he went off a bit. And then recently, of course, and I think last week or this week, no, it was last week, he came out with another piece to tell us that, hey, see, these custom people, see what they put in place to smuggle in rice, and how many tons of rice they were going to smuggle in. So just to give you a background, when I read this particular information I've given you, I'm going to refer to it when I read what he said. So he said, here is why I'm making this public. After I resumed my social media posts on smuggling, One of my field sources contacted me to express shock. Smugglers had told him months ago that I was never going to resume because I accepted a 200 million naira bribe. It was laughable to learn from him that the smuggler had gone round other smugglers, taxing them for their financial contributions towards social media. Well, if you are a smuggler, this is what Fisayo is saying to you. If you are a smuggler and you pay someone a contribution towards quietening me, then you were scammed. I would expect smugglers to be too streetwise to be so scammed. So you see, so that time that he genuinely had stopped, maybe the word is out there on the street, they will now would have said, hey, it was because he was paid, that's why he stopped, and this, that, and those. And if he come, they will not say, oh, he wants one money out the other. It's just so crazy, you know. Lord have mercy. You know when they say corruption fights back, the way it fights back, the way they come after people, they come at you, they try everything, you know, to get you to accept one thing or the other. I shot it's something else. So this is why Fisayo is now coming, so that people will not think that time that he decided to keep quiet that, oh, it was because of one bribe that they've donated money. Imagine smugglers scamming smugglers, fellow smugglers, to collect money, to a smuggler scamming fellow smugglers to collect money to do this. Meanwhile, he did not do nada. And I'm very sure when Fisayo had genuinely, because of the commitment that he had, he needed to go and focus on his work to finish his fellowship, he would have gone back to them to say, you see, I've paid him this money, and then he has stopped and whatever. Hey, thank God he came back and resumed. Otherwise, that's why he'll be there doing his thing, thinking that, oh, okay, I just moved on this, and then somebody, the word out there is that he has been bribed, and the story will be going around that, oh, they bribed him, they did this. Meanwhile, you don't even know what had been happening. So, public announcement, he said, if you gave money to anyone as part of a larger sum to be handed over to me, please know that I, Fisayo Soyombo, did not take it and will not take it in 1,000 lifetimes. Please go back and reclaim your money. My long-running interest in smuggling is strictly about national security and the local economy. There are no monetary attachments to it, so nothing like that. It's for him, this is what he's focused on. I think I remember when he did that expose to even say that there were a lot of guns that were being brought in, smuggled in, and there were a lot of this bike that terrorists are using, that it is with the connivance of customs that they get these things into the country. So it's our national security is at risk, our economy is at risk, just because certain people want to eat money, want to take bribe, want to do this thing. It's just so crazy, all these things, you know, that are happening here. But for everyone out there, I will say today, a lot of Fisayo Soyombos out there who are standing on doing the right thing and refusing to take a bribe. And we say thank you to every one of them, you know, for standing on doing the right thing and letting them know that not everybody has a price that has to do any price that'll do with money or whatever. For some people, the price that they want is very simple: good governance, accountability, transparency, the right thing being done for everyone. Thank you so much for watching.